is one of the more dangerous creatures on file. There is no record of it ever being human, and all attempts to communicate with it have resulted in death. Extermination has failed. Moving it has failed. Things are barely understood about Whole Man. The only thing that can be done is containment and drive away anyone that attempts to break into its home. Things are fortunate in that Whole Man doesn't seem to want to leave the area it was first discovered in. It just wanders about the area doing random things, but appears content to just do that. Bringing it food just results in it staring at the offered food until it rots away. To this day, Whole Man hasn't reacted to offered food or drink. It seems to not require substance. From a glance, Whole Man looks to be a humanoid about 5'9" in height. Every time we get a chance to randomly weigh it, produces a different result, from 103 pounds to 3,000 pounds. And that was because it was the largest scale we could sneak in while it was exploring other parts of its territory. It has white skin, and randomly appearing all over its body are a series of holes that seem to be constantly expelling a black goo. That black goo never seems to touch the ground, only dripping into another hole. The holes can't be seen though either, an endless black that goes on forever. One agent thought to shoot a tracer into Whole Man via sniper, and the unit recorded 10 miles into Whole Man before it was lost or destroyed. Every time you look at Whole Man, the holes on its body is spaced and sized differently on his body. Again, Whole Man is considered safe because it doesn't leave its home. But there are dangers present. It doesn't like too much changing around it. That truck scale we mentioned earlier, it was found crushed to the size of a 1-inch cube. It happened in an instant on cameras. One frame, the scale was there. The second, Whole Man was there. And the third, the scale was crushed. Whole Man's dangerous ability is that it can alter the gravity of everything around itself. It doesn't seem to like too many things around it, except for the destroyed house we found it in. Many of times when Whole Man is in another room, we had to sneak in and remove many cubes and spheres of compressed matter. It was first decided that Whole Man was too dangerous to let roam alive, and a kill order was approved. The thing was, nothing worked. Bullets would get drawn into one of the holes, fires would quickly go out, and Whole Man didn't even notice poison gas. Talks about using nuclear ammunition was denied, as was setting up a particle accelerator. Sometimes it's the remains of the equipment we use to monitor Whole Man, having not hid it well enough from it. Other times it's the remains of animals that got too curious and got too close. Unfortunately, sometimes it's human remains. A few of the deaths are the agents who took a touch too long in the retrieval mission. Other times it's a random hiker who wandered into the wrong place at the wrong time. For those, we have to release a warning that the area is bear territory and inform the family that their relative was eaten by a bear. Why even do a retrieval? It was noticed that after a certain level of excess matter, Whole Man would start to act erratically. It would further attempt to compress the matter cubes and spheres even more. It got to a point where earthquakes were starting to register from its gravitational alterations. So now, every week, a team would observe Whole Man and see what it had compressed. Then a plan to go inside the house would be set in motion to remove as much as possible of the excess without Whole Man noticing. One agent on duty was heavily reprimanded when it was noticed they were purposely agitating Whole Man by tossing large quantities of coal, then going in later to remove the resulting diamonds formed from the compression. The agent was moved to a different, riskier assignment, basement dweller, and it was discussed if the agency wants to do the same to generate funds. After debate, it was concluded that the risk in agitating Whole Man was too much of a risk. Talks were also halted about using Whole Man as an easy way to dispose of other creatures. It's policy that agitating this creature into potentially leaving is too much of a risk. So for now, observation and removal only.